Welcome to So Very Easy. My name is Laura, and it is February. It's time for the free block of the month called Shades of Grey from Quilting Confections. It is a star block, and you are only going to need 3 fabrics. So you need 3 colors, the dark, the light, and the blue that we've been using all along. To start with the dark, cut 4 3-inch squares. These are going to remain squares. The rest are going to be made into half square triangles. And you are going to need 4 dark at 4 inches and 4 light at 4 inches. You're also going to need 2 more lights, and they're going to be matched up with the blue. So to make the half square triangles, you're going to take the dark and the light, match them up, draw a line down the center from point to point, and you're going to sew a 1/4 inch from each side and cut it apart. You're going to do that to the dark and the light and the blue and light. And you will have 2 half square triangles. From there, you're going to size these down, and you're going to size them to 3 inches, which is the same as the corner squares. You need to do that to the blue and white and the dark and white. You will end up with 4 blue and white combination half square triangles, and you're going to have 8 of the dark and the white half square triangles. When you press the seams, press the dark and light seam towards the dark, but take the blue and press it towards the light. Now that the pieces are done, we can sew the block together. And what we're going to do is make 1/4 of the block at a time. Then we'll sew the quarters together. So each corner is going to look like this. So stack your 4 solids in one corner, divide up the half square triangles that are dark and light. So you're going to have 4 and 4, both with the lights pointing into the center. And you'll have all of the blue and whites in one stack. So all of the light colors are going to come together. And you'll take the bottom 2 and sew them together. And because the seam, the white has been coming in this direction, but the dark is going in this direction, they'll nestle together for you. Then sew the solid and the dark together. So once these are together, press the half square triangle towards the solid one, and then press the seam going to the blue one so they're opposite. Now sew these 2 pieces together. And when the units are sewn together, you will be able to open them up, and you will notice that you have a seam going in this direction and this seam is going in that direction. What you want to do is keep the seams going in the same direction. So this is going to go here, this is going to go there, and with just a little bit of a tug, you will be able to open up that seam. So all of the cross seams, the 4 cross seams, will be going in the same direction. And now you have the 4 corners done. And you're going to make sure that all the blue are in the center. This forms the star. And just as you did before, you're going to sew the 2 units together. And to press it, press one blue seam going in one direction and the other seam going opposing. And that will open up that seam again. And it will keep all of those seams nice and flat. The last seam is right down the center. Press the seams opposing each one. So the blue are going to be opposite, the blue and the black are opposite. And by having each of these seams open, the block will lie nice and flat. And it's done. Now to make a quick table topper out of this pattern, I'm going to use the same color theme, the blue, the light, and the dark. Now this fabric is from Timeless Treasures. And I'm going to make 2 blocks with the light colored star. Then I'm going to reverse the star. So instead of it being white, it is going to be dark. To reverse it, it's very easy. Where I've had the dark, I'm going to have a light. And the half square triangles are going to be the same. You're going to have the dark and the light. But before we had them in this direction. Now we're just going to turn them in this direction. And I need to have a blue and a dark instead of the blue and the light. So I have 8 of the blue and the dark half square triangles. And I have 8 on each side, so a total of 16 of the light and dark. and 8 of the white 3-inch squares. And just as before, I'm going to sew them together in units and then sew those units together. So my star points are together, and just as before, I did press the seams going in a circular motion so this center seam would open up. So sew the units together and you will have your dark star. So the dark star is done and all of the seams have been pressed open. So now we have 2 dark stars and 2 light stars. Now sew a light star and a dark star together and do it to them both. The light and dark has been sewn together. Now flip one. So you have a light star and a dark star, a light star and a dark star. Sew together. And as I've been sewing them together, I have continued opening those seams opposing each other all the way along. So the entire back has all of the seams opposing each other. So we've taken one star, have duplicated it 4 times, 2 opposite, and it goes together beautifully, and you have this nice little 4 patch in the center. And to finish this off as a table topper, I'm going to take the blue that I have for the 4 centers, and I'm going to cut an 1.5 inch piece and sew it all the way around. I will then add a second border on. The second border is going to be the same white that I've been using throughout, and it's going to be cut at 3 inches. So a simple star block times 4 with a couple of simple borders makes a beautiful table topper. It's amazing how different the stars look by just changing the dark and the light. And when I get it all quilted, I will be binding it with the dark fabric that matches the dark in the stars. And it will continue the theme all the way out to the end. Now you can do this in any 3 colors. You need a medium, a dark, and a light. And you can also make the table topper in any color combinations to match what season or occasion you have. Thank you for joining me today on Sew Very Easy. Feel free to subscribe, and as always, come on back. Let's see what we're sewing next time in the sewing room. Bye for now.